Let's see. So we are live. Awesome. Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you so much. Welcome to Caregivers Embracing Elder Care. Once again, thank you for joining us for our monthly discussion. Today we have some really awesome guests. Well, of course, my dear Sergeant Major, always. But today we're also speaking to one of Robin's great friends, Bow-Legged Lou, also known as Bow-Legged Lou, I should say. I won't take too much time. My name is Bahami Ulysses. Everybody knows me. We know Robin. We know Sergeant Major. So, Robin, I'll allow you to introduce your friend. I'm going to step off the mic and you go ahead and tell us a little bit about you too, and we can just go straight into it because we've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, well, I've known Lou, I know, for decades. And I just always have known him to be a very caring and compassionate person. And when I found out that he was caring for his mother, I was so thrilled. And that's what really wanted me to be, to have him on the show with us today. He has an illustrious career. And Lou, I would like you to talk about, the highlights of your career.
Well, me and my beloved brothers, Paul Anthony and B Fine, his birth name is Brian. The three of us started together from when we was very young. My father is the one that taught us how to sing, and then my uncle Cito made us like a group together, the three of us. And my mother, my beloved mother, was always there, always there. In fact, she's the one that used to head up our full force office when we got our record deal, and she taught us about publishing, and so it was a mother and father situation. And then the three of us branched into our cousins, Baby Jerry, Shasha, and Kurt, and the six of us became Full Force. And we struggled and we persevered and we never gave up, and we was seeking for this dream of ours. And then we didn't know we knew we was always going to be successful, not sounding cocky or anything like that. That's just because we believed in ourselves. So we knew as Full Force we were going to be successful. We just didn't know when. But finally happened. We produced some songs for a group of ours called UTFO, Roxanne, and many other hits from them. Then, of course, Lisa and Cult Jam with I Wonder If I Take You Home, Can You Feel the Beat, All Cried Out, Lost in Emotion, Head to Toe. Then we did James Brown, Patti LaBelle, the Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake and NSYNC, Ashanti, Black Eyed Peas, the late great Selena, may she rest in peace. We love her. Man, we've worked with so many people that I forget people that we produced.
To name a few.
Just to name a few. And then of course,
just naming a couple.
Then of course the three of us co-starred in the movie House Party, right, chasing after Kid and Play as the comedic bullies. And we also had the big song on the soundtrack and in the movie that we wrote and produced and performed called Ain't My Type of Hype. So, just a lot of stuff,
Absolutely. Yeah. What an amazing career. So for those who just joined, thank you so much. We're talking to Lou George Jr., also known as Bow-Legged Lou. He's here to talk to us mainly about a bit about his career, but also about his caregiving for his mother now. And this is kind of like a different stage. We're at the end of career with film per se, and now it seems like, if I understand it correctly, you're the full-time caregiver to your aging mom?
Yes, I'm the primary caregiver to my mom, who's 84 years old. God bless her. She's in the room now, sleeping. Okay. And while Good Times is playing, she loves Good Times, the TV show Good Times.
Yes. Yeah.
So I have like the 5 seasons of DVDs of Good Times, and ever since she became, as her health declined, and she just mostly was at home back and forth, she just loved Good Times. Lou, can I watch?
What is her diagnosis?
Huh?
What is your mother's diagnosis?
Well, she has slight dementia, or dementia you call it, and she comes in and out. She remembers a lot of things from way back then, and sometimes she'll get confused. She has arthritis like all over her body, so she's always in pain. And I take it to, we had a doctor appointment yesterday. So it's mostly the dementia and her getting confused every now and then. You know what I mean? And she goes to her emotional stuff, especially since my father passed away last year. So that stays with her as well. And then her beloved mother, who passed away like 9 years ago, she still, brings up her mom every now and then. So it's a thing. Even though I'm the primary caregiver, my brothers, they'll come in and chip in and help as well. My brother Paul Anthony and my brother B Fine, because my mother's theme song, what she'll always say, like if she was on this telecast, which if she was awake, she would tell you guys that she has 3 wonderful sons. So she doesn't put one on top of the other. I mean, even though I'm doing most of the lifting, they still do the damn thing. Like my brother B Fine will come over and give her special showers. Yes. Okay. I used to give it. Then we had friends, because we had friends and family that would pitch in also. But she loves the way my brother B gives her showers, because my mother can't shower herself anymore, because of the arthritis has hurt her right arm so badly she could hardly move it.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes I have to, we have to, but mostly me, of course, have to help her with her underwear to put on. You know what I mean? Because it's hard for her, So mostly we do that and clean her and everything. My brother Paul Anthony will take her to his sauna, which is at his house, and she'll be there like maybe twice a week to help her shoulder. So we have to be around for our beloved mother. And I got to tell you, the first time that I showered my mother, the first time like ever, and had to take off her clothes because she couldn't do it anymore. She was very embarrassed. She was ashamed just for that first instance. She said, "You're my son. You see me like naked like this." But I said, "Mom, but we are here for you. Yeah. And I love you. I mean, when we were young, you saw us naked and everything like that. If you want me to, I'll take off my clothes now. You see me naked again. You're still my mother."
Right. Absolutely.
So I go and shower her and everything like that. And after a few days, she would be ashamed and embarrassed, even in front of my brother B. But now she's used to it. She appreciates it. And I'm always telling her that we are here for you.
That's a huge deal. That's a huge deal. It actually kind of leads us to the question about our, is this, so I titled this talk about, being a caregiver as a son, because there's always, especially a son to a mom, that's one of the biggies, right? Where just kind of having that self-care stuff. So what do you think was your biggest challenge in your caregiving journey as a son, not just as a caregiver? Aside, do you think that was it, the showers and that kind of hygiene day-to-day care, or was there something else that you can think of?
Definitely the hygiene day-to-day care, because she's still a woman. Right. So we used to have a woman by the name of Vivian Berger that worked for one of the caregiving companies, right? So with a female, she's at that time, she was more, kind of relaxed. Even though she felt a little funny in the beginning, she was relaxed because she's a female. Yeah. With us, we're her sons, but we're still men. Yeah. Yes. But trust me when I tell you, past that now. Now she looks forward to when my brother B come and give her the showers, or if I have to clean her sometimes. Yeah. To check her, we have this thing. I don't know. We have this thing on my mother's toilet. My brother B kind of put it together, and what it does is that after she finishes doing her thing, she turns on the water, and it's like jet streams,
right?
To assist, to help to clean her behind, and there's another mechanism that helps to clean her vagina as well after she leaves the bathroom. But we always have to double check. Like when she goes in the back, because sometimes I'll be knocked out of sleep. We can't see her 24/7, but she'll get up. She uses a walker. She uses a cane.
Nice.
And if she goes in there to do her thing, I'll go from behind her to double check to make sure all is well. Sometimes the water thing helps all the way. Sometimes you got to double check to get some.
Make sure.
Get some toilet paper and clean it up, and don't be ashamed. And I got to also give it up to when I have this eye condition called retinitis pigmentosa, right? It leads to blindness. And I had to recently go 2 weeks for treatment on my eyes to go through the hyperbaric oxygen chamber. So I was nervous about leaving my mother. I'm like, damn, is my brother's going to be there 24/7. We're talking about 2 weeks. I'm not talking about just half a day and don't
Sure.
spend the night, because I was there. I've been over there overnight with my mom, over here overnight with my mom since March, when COVID really started. And
Got it.
that's when they had to release. That's when the woman couldn't work there anymore with my mother. You know what I
I
mean?
see.
And
I
then
see.
a lot of workers weren't there because of COVID. A lot of caregivers weren't there, so the family had to step up. When I
Yep.
was away, my daughter came and took care of my mom for like 5 days, which is her grandmother.
Mhm.
Cleaned her, cooked for her, engaged
Okay.
with her. You have to engage.
Yes.
You can't just you can't just you can't just chill and be around them and just stay in your phone, and you don't engage,
Yes.
with your mom or whoever you're caregiving to.
Right.
You just can't
My
do that.
father always talks about socializing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Big time.
Socializing, communicating, that's all helps. And then my cousin came and helped out while I was gone as well. And then my brothers uh, did their thing as well for my mom. So the thing about it, it's a family affair,
Yep.
and it has its challenges sometimes because, as you know, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate. When you have dementia, it's things that plays in your mind. You know what I mean? And sometimes my mom might think crazy things or different things. There used to be a time when she used to get mad and lashed out at me.
Right.
I didn't take it personal, but that's how sometimes the disease happens. And she'll blame you for stuff that's not even your fault. You know what I mean? So then I have to humor her and sometimes say, "Oh, mom, mom, do you want me to take off my belt? Do I got to beat you? Do I got to whip you, mom? Come on." So we got
I
to
know.
do these things though. But
I haven't used that tactic.
We've got some tips and tricks of the trade, it sounds like. I just want to quickly give you guys just a couple comments from our viewers. We have someone from Facebook saying real talk. And it is real talk here for Caregivers Embracing Elder Care. And then we have another Barbara who says you are wonderful. So just to let you know, our are here. They are wanting to know exactly, what we do, how you do it. So this is, I think, one of the things that people don't really get to see is just people have these conversations about caregiving. So this is amazing, amazing, amazing. Next, I wanted to know, Lou, do you have a self-care kind of regimen? Because that's a buzzword for everybody right now. And self-care, I can't, tell you enough. And even for most of my caregivers, it's always kind of overlooked. So wondering if there's anything that you, do, don't do, recommend.
What do you mean? What do you mean self-care? You mean thinking about myself?
Yeah,
Exercise, time to yourself.
Exactly right.
Meditation, yoga.
Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
I told this to Robin. I mean, I will. It's kind of dumb, but I always think of myself second or last when it comes to my mother, or my father when he was alive. That's just me. I'm always used to giving. But yeah, I know I got to take care of myself sometimes. My sleep clock is so out of whack because my mom, she'll get up at various times of the night.
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes she has nightmares. And what I used to do, because I have a master bedroom upstairs, but I'm hardly sleeping there because I stay in my mother's room at a cot that's like there, just to be there and to maintain and be around. Like right now, I'm outside of her room. I'm in the dining room, and I got like all my paperwork and stuff here because I make here my office, even though my office is upstairs, just to be near her. You know what I mean? Go on to the days where I can leave out of here and stay away for like 2 hours and leave my mother here by herself. That just doesn't happen anymore.
It just doesn't happen.
Well, I would like to just take a moment, we haven't done it, to just give you a little yoga flavor, just a little something to loosen you up. What I'd like you to do is squeeze your shoulders to your ears. Squeeze your shoulders to your ears.
What do you mean, like hunch them up?
Bring them up. Bring your shoulders to your ears. Yep. Squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you all the way. Squeeze them all the way down and then bring them all the way forward. Give yourself 4 slow, massaging, shoulder rolls back, full range of motion. You too, Dad. 3, 4, and then change the direction. 4, slow, exaggerated, shoulder rolls forward. Full range of motion. Yeah.
Wow, that felt good, Robin. And you know, and I work out, but I've never done that before, and that felt nice just now.
A little something for you, and you can do it anywhere, and you can do it with your mama.
That's it. That's it. It's a big deal, a total big deal. And I think part of this too is that when I say self-care, it doesn't always have to be like, an exercise or something. Sometimes it's a meditation. Sometimes it's simply just some affirmations, things that you say to yourself. I have people who are very religious and they'll, read the scripture, whatever it is that I think gives you just some peace of mind is a huge deal. And if it's something that you can do within 4 or 5 minutes, all the better. So I love that, we do yoga, but if there's ever anything else, don't, not do it because it's not self-care. But for men, especially, I think that they don't necessarily think about self-care, let alone caregiving. So I always ask, right? It's a big deal. Now, do you have any recommendations for specifically men who are caregivers? Because I feel like, there's a lot of stigmas around caregiving for men in general, not because they're, caring for their mother or what have you. But I think traditionally, you can tell me if I'm wrong, caregiving is a woman's role or a woman's responsibility. So the fact that, you and your brothers have stepped in, trust me, as a caregiving coach and a care manager, that is a huge deal. But do you have any recommendations for sons specifically who will be stepping into the role, who don't really feel comfortable, who have kind of some hesitation?
Well, you know what? I don't know of any friends of mine that's male that's hesitation. I mean, it's not like if they did have hesitation, they would actually say it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I do have a lot of male friends that have been caregivers also. Like a dear friend of mine, Frank Chase, who was a co-caregiver along with his wife for his mom-in-law. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel as men, you got a lot going on in your life. Like my brothers could come and go as they please, basically, to do their thing. But I mostly stay here unless I arrange for someone to stay here with my mom while I do this or while I do that. But you have to have patience.
Right.
Man, that's a big thing to have. You have to have patience, and whatever is, because sometimes my mom could get up and she'd just start crying for, just being very emotional, just out of nowhere, So you have to be there positive, but patience is a big thing, man. Not everybody has patience. And I was surprised. Like I always say, I have so much more respect for caregivers ever since I became a primary caregiver. So much more respect. You can't take those things for granted. Even the caregivers at nursing homes and everything like that, you're still a caregiver. You're still helping out and trying your best. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Some people, some family members, from talking to various friends, sometimes they don't get the help. At least I have my brothers, because it's our mother, for Christ's sake. But I've heard stories where you could have like a daughter that she has like 6 siblings, and the 6 siblings don't do nothing. They just leave it be on that one daughter. And that's like taking things for granted. That's just some of the stories I hear. Or even, you know what I mean? So I think as family members, families should really bond together to help, help the caregivers and make it as a team. You can't just let one person do it, and you can't take it for granted. You don't wait, God forbid, when the time comes and the Lord takes them away, then all of a sudden you appear at the church and you have a big speech going on. Don't do that. Got to be sincere with this thing.
What has been the highlight? What has been the silver lining in this whole experience for you?
Well, I got to tell you, it's a lot of different highlights.
Good.
A lot of them, and I get emotional. I loved when my mom, because the 3 of us, I have 3 wonderful sons. That's what she'll always say. My highlight is the 3 of us looking after her, especially since my dad passed last year. So we're there for our mother, and I always love saying we are here for you. So my highlights is just always having her doctor appointments in my calendar book, and taking her to the doctor, and then doing the Zoom calls with the doctors, making sure she has her medication and her supplements to take every day, including her high blood pressure medicine. It's just crazy highlights. One highlight was when a doctor friend of ours, who's a anesthesia by the name of Roy, Dr. Roy, and he said, I'm going to just tell you right now, if your mother gets the COVID, it's a wrap for her. I just want to let you know that. She catches COVID, it's a wrap. And he's that hardcore with his words.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh man, what? So I scheduled my mom to do the vaccine. You know, I scheduled her and everything like that. This was like some months ago. I scheduled her to do the vaccination. So then I told my brothers, I says, listen, Paul B, what do you guys feel about mom doing the vaccine? Because I don't want to make decisions just on me, because it's three of us, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you don't want it to be just all on you. So I told them, I said, I've scheduled mom to go get the vaccination, but instead of any one of y'all, because of my eye condition, I don't like drive anymore. So they'll drive me here, there, wherever. And I says, because of this whole vaccine thing, I'd rather the three of us be there with mom at the same time when she's getting her shot. Because, you know, I was still nervous about it. You hear everything about the vaccine. So they said yes. And I woke up my mother, Mom, let's go. You got to get this vaccine for COVID. Why? Why do I got to go? Are y'all getting it? I said, no, we're not getting it, Mom. It's about you. Oh, and she doesn't really want to go. But then she said, okay. But I said, but the three of us was going to be there with you. Mm-hmm. And that's what it was. The three of us was with my mother. Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing about it, she got her vaccine. She got the Moderna, part 1 and part 2. But the first time we did it, they said, okay, now you got to wait 15 minutes before you leave, just to make sure there's no, adverse. Mm-hmm. But while we were there waiting, because there was a snowstorm at the time, while we're there waiting, me and my brothers, the nurse comes over to us and says, hey, listen, while you're waiting for your mother's, she got her vaccine. Have the three of you got your vaccinations yet? And we said no. And I don't know how long it would have took, for us to get it. I said no. So, well, listen, we have some here. Some people missed their appointments. We don't want to waste it. Do you want to do it? And hell yeah, the three of us got it. And my mother was happy because all of us got it together. You know what I mean? So we got our vaccine with our beloved mother. Mm-hmm. Even though deep down I'm thinking my mother might have said, well, hell, I'm glad they're getting it too, just in case anything happened. We all four go.
Me and my 3 sons.
Yeah, exactly. I have 3 wonderful sons. Oh, well.
With me.
But, we all got it all together. We got part 1 and part 2 together, and that was great. But something that happened yesterday, as I was getting my mother ready for her doctor's appointment, because even though she don't go out and about and stuff like that, like in the past, she's still a woman. You know what I mean? So you have to play to that scenario. So she knew we was going to the doctor's appointment. So what I set in the bathroom, what I set together, I set up lipstick, some makeup. What else? She had the powder puff. The perfume that she likes. This I forgot the Beyonce perfume or whatever. And I set it up nicely in her room, in the bathroom. So I walked her to the bathroom. I said, Mom, I want you to. We're getting ready to go out. We don't go that much. Let's go hook up yourself. And when I walked her in the bathroom and she saw that stuff laid out there, she started to cry. It was like, they just got me. This was just yesterday. Yeah. And my brother Paul today took her like a skin. She don't go out a lot at all. And my brother took her after I told my brother about what happened yesterday, my brother took her to the hairdresser to get her hair hooked up. Even though she's home, she still feels. You got to have them still feel needed and wanted and care about them as well. So
of course, that is
that's one of the highlights.
That's beautiful. I am loving hearing all of this. I knew you cared for your mother, but just hearing the details of how you're doing it, I think that is part of your self-care. I could tell how much joy you're getting in caring for your mom. And, that's how I feel about caring for my dad.
I know. God bless. I'm so happy to see him too. You talk so much about him, and I got to talk to him on the phone too.
Yeah, I thought you might have met him. I know you had been out to the house in Long Island. I thought you met him at one point.
I don't remember, but I might have.
It's okay.
And Robin, you also told me that you supply him with Viagra as well.
He would like some. He's looking for a girlfriend.
Yes. He is taking applications, everyone. Still, okay. Now that everybody's going to be vaccinated, watch out, world. Okay, we are ready. The last thing I wanted to say, Bow-Legged Lou, thank you so much for coming. But before you go, I wondered if there was anything that you wanted to share with our audience in terms of any projects or new things that you're working on that you would want them to know about. Just because, of course, you're amazing, and we never would want you to leave without letting us know.
Well, we're doing a lot of things. Some things we don't really talk about.
Sure.
Sometimes we don't really talk about to jinx anything, but we're doing a lot of various projects. We have a song out now called "For the Love of a Hero," which is dedicated to the first responders and the doctors and everything like that. And then we also did a version dedicated to Kobe Bryant as well. And we got some things in the works. I mean, as you know, we're celebrating 31 years of House Party.
Yes.
I can't believe it's like 31 years. And we never knew back then that the movie would be called a classic and everything. So we're proud of that, and we hear that LeBron James and his production company is getting ready to do a House Party reboot. Ooh. So, just like they did Coming to America again, LeBron James is getting ready to do one now. Maybe we'll get we'll get a cameo. Who knows? But we'll see. I don't know. I'm trying to see who could play me and my brothers. I mean, is somebody gonna say, "I'm gonna kick your freaking ass"? I don't know how it's gonna sound from somebody else. But I love it. We're looking forward to that, and we're looking forward to a lot of things. Oh, with Lisa, Lisa and Cult Jam, we're getting ready to do a reunion. Well, Lisa and Cult Jam in full force. A reunion, doing some new music and touring together. So just a lot of various things. Oh, and another thing I want everybody to check out. My situation is I have a organization called Hope with a Vision, and that's VIZION, which is good for people with impaired vision, and people that don't have vision. You've got to keep hope alive, and I know that I'm going to keep doing my being proactive until they find a cure for what I have. And, my brother Paul Anthony, he also has the Paul Anthony Foundation. My brother Paul Anthony had cancer. He's 8 years a cancer survivor. I'm so proud of him, and because at the time when he was really fighting for his life, I was 100% match for my brother. So we both had a stem cell bone marrow transplant with each other. And my brother Paul needed 6 million stem cells to survive. And the doctors told me that if I didn't give him enough, that they would take a catheter to my chest to try to draw it out as much as I can. And they said, "Do you still want to go through with it?" I said, "Of course I still want to go through with it. I mean, this is my brother, And they didn't know I was going to give him 6 million, but I didn't give him 6 million. I ended up giving my brother 9 million stem cells. So, I became a conduit from God to help save his life. So
that's amazing. That is so amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time to share, just to tell people about your caregiving journey. I don't think people discuss this enough because there are highs and there are lows, and we need to embrace all of it. Right?
That's right.
So keep on doing what you're doing. I think you're probably an angel in disguise, to be honest. You and Robin, I feel like, there's a reason why we're all here together. And just a couple more comments. Everybody says that we've got Vince who says you both are doing a fantastic job. And Neil who says, my homeboy Lou.
So, let me tell you something about Neil Grant. That's who said that. Neil Grant, I love him. We've been friends since public school, and we used to ride the school bus together when there was busing blacks into the white schools. I think I think that's when we started it. And Neil is also, him and his brother were also caregivers to their beloved mother, who's now in heaven. But I salute Neil and his brother. In fact, I salute all caregivers.
Yes.
Robin, when you told me what you do for your beloved father, I salute you. I have my cousin Aida and her brother, who's my cousin Irvi. They are caregivers for their mother, my Aunt Gladys. Everybody out there who are caregivers, man, I salute, and I appreciate. And also you, sweetheart. I mean, listen, you're an angel also because this is your platform, and I appreciate this, with all that you do, So God bless you, and God bless you, Robin.
Thank you.
And
Thank
you
you.
too, Lou. All the love.
We're here. We're here to just embrace caregivers. Well, that wraps us up. We're right at 30 minutes. We did good today, guys. I love this conversation. Lou, feel free to come back anytime, okay? Anytime you got something new you want to share, let us know.
Or any other caregiver you think we should highlight, let us know.
Absolutely.
Oh, will do.
Okay.
Listen, you have an accent. Are you from the islands? From one of the islands?
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
No, I'm American, but my parents are. So I'll
your
take
parents are. Okay.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'm from one of the islands.
Awesome. Yeah. No,
Our ancestry is Caribbean as well, Jamaican.
Right.
We're all
island people.
But you know which island I'm from?
No.
Tell us.
Rikers.
I knew he was
I can't with you, Lou. I can't. Oh my goodness.
I'm from St. Thomas Virgin Islands. So.
Nice. My parents are from Haiti. And I think, are you Jamaican, Robin? Yes?
Jamaican and Bajan.
And
right?
Bajan. There we go.
Barbados.
Yes. Awesome. I love it. Ooh, I feel even more at home. All right, guys. I guess we got to go. Let the people do what they got to do. Caregiving and all.
Caregivers embrace
so much.
Care.
Yes. We'll see you guys again soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.